On today's video, we'll be working on an electrical issue. So here we have two switches. One is going to control the exhaust fan. When you turn the switch on, the exhaust fan should come on. When you turn it off, the exhaust fan should turn off. The other switch here on the left is going to control the light fixture. Right now, neither the light fixture nor the exhaust fan are working. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to the circuit breaker and you want to see if there's any breakers that are in the trip position. None of these are in the tripped or off position. You also want to look for any GFIs to see if the GFI is tripped. This one is not tripped. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to check the incoming voltage to the exhaust fan as well as the light fixture. But right now we're going to leave the switches in the off position. Here's the exhaust fan, which is going to pull the panel down. There's going to be clips that are holding on each side. I'm going to grab those clips, squeeze them together, and pull it out. Now that we remove the exhaust fan cover, we're going to remove our supply here, and we're going to check for 120 volts that feed to the exhaust fan. So here I have my multimeter set to volts AC. I put both of my leads coming into the outlet, and now I'm going to turn the switch on. And here I do have 120 volts feeding in. Now because I do have 120 volts feeding in, that does indicate to me that the issue is going to be the actual fixture itself. We can also test it by removing the exhaust fan. So we have one screw here and one screw here. Right now we're going to loosen the screws on each end. You don't have to pull them out. You just need enough so that you can loosen it and allow it to slide out. Here I've plugged it into the GFI and you can see that it is not turning on. Once you plug it into a power source, the exhaust fan should turn on right away. Now I'm going to turn the switch off, and now we're going to start working on the light fixture. So here we have the leads coming out that feed the light fixture from the light switch. I'm just going to test to see if I have 120 volts here coming in. So here I have my multimeter set to volts AC. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my multimeter and I'm going to test our line to see if we have 120 volts. Here I'm going to turn the switch on. And here I do have 120 volts. So right now I do know that I have 120 volts feeding from my switch to the light fixture. So this means we're going to have a bad light fixture. And if you kind of do just a real quick inspection, everything looks okay until you actually start to move the wires over here at the base of the bulb. Once I actually started moving the wire, I could see that it was barely hanging on by a few threads there. So right now we are going to have to replace the exhaust fan and put a new light fixture. Here what I'm going to do, I have this little mushroom light fixture that I keep around. This is more of like a tester. You can see here I already connected it to the lines coming in for where the light fixture was before. I'm going to turn the breaker to the on position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my light switch on. And you can see here, this is my tester that I do have power coming in. I'll turn it off, turn it back on. So here we ran into two separate issues. The exhaust fan does have 120 volts coming in, but the exhaust fan motor itself is not energizing, so that's going to have to be replaced. And secondly, the issue that we had with the light fixture, the fixture itself was bad. What I think happened was the exhaust fan was not on for quite some time. It might have been out for months, but it wasn't until the light fixture went out that the order was called in for it to be fixed. And they just happened to mention, hey, the exhaust and the light fixture is not working, really not giving no further information than that. If you run into a situation where you have to replace your exhaust fan and you do have 120 volts, I do have a video on my channel how to replace it. I'll also leave a link in the description for you to click on if you just have to replace your exhaust fan. I also do have a video on my channel how to replace any light fixture, ceiling fan, outlet, or switch. If this video was a help, if it was informational, please subscribe.